Hi, uh, good afternoon. My name is Suresh, and I'm the founder of Shasta.com Incorporated. I also run a website called suresh.co.in to talk about .in domain names specifically. Today is the second episode of my education series on .in. I thought I'll create this series to share information that we picked up over the years, new things that come up in .in. So one of the things I wanted to specifically talk to small businesses, mid-sized businesses is, India's got about 60 million plus businesses, apparently some, according to some websites. So let's assume that's a right number. That's a large number. A good number of them are probably very small businesses, and as some number of them are probably mid-sized, and then there's a smaller number that's very large. Uh, what I wanted to talk today about was a recent registration, a domain name registered was calciumcarbonate.co.in. And it was registered by a company in Gujarat, right? And when I looked them up, they are manufacturers of calcium carbonate, a chemical that's used in many different things. Calcium carbonate, by the way, calciumcarbonate.in was also registered by another company in Rajasthan about a year ago. So what you have is two businesses that manufacture calcium carbonate in India own these two different domain names. These are called keyword domains or exact match domains. They exactly match the product they make. So it's extremely relevant to those businesses. Calcium carbonate, by the way, it's not a small market. It's a huge, from one of the websites I was looking at, it's 30 billion dollar market today globally. And I'm sure it's pretty big in India as well. I don't know the exact number, but it's probably in the few billions. And now, what these two companies have done by registering these domain names and hopefully using it for their business is that they've established themselves as unique from the other rest of the manufacturers in India. The rest of the manufacturers of the same product probably have their brand name websites, which is fine, which is what most businesses will do. Get a brand name and create a website and all the products on the website. But what these two companies now have an advantage is they are going to get traffic through these two domain names. They're going to get traffic from search engines uh, who are going to search for calcium carbonate, and they're going to be able to find their websites as long as they create a simple website with the domain name and with the products listed. So what this means is there's roughly about 60,000 searches per month on Google alone for calcium carbonate in India. And there's about 90,000 in the US and in all the other countries. So probably over a million searches for that keyword calcium carbonate a month. And here's where it becomes important, right? What happens is as competition increases, people tend to have to pay for clicks on search engines and other places. Or, I mean, it's an option. You can pay for those clicks. And I was looking up the rate for calcium carbonate. It's called the cost per click, and it's 35 cents. So it's roughly 25 rupees in India. So for every click, you're paying 25 rupees, right? So now think about this. You have this domain name, and this is a searchable keyword, not just in India, it's a global term. So if somebody searches anywhere else, let's say in the US, in UK, Australia, wherever, and they're looking for a manufacturer in India, there's a very high chance that your website will pop up with this keyword, right? And what you get out of this is now, let's say, for example, let's say you get about 1,000 clicks, visits to your website through this domain name, and you don't pay anything other than the fact that you registered the domain name. Each click, like I said, is probably 25 rupees worth if you have to buy it. So let's say at the minimum, it's conservative level, 1,000 clicks a month. That's 25,000 rupees a month that you didn't have to pay for advertising. Multiply that by 12 for a year, it's about 3 lakhs Indian rupees. 5 years, 15 lakhs. So now what you have is as long as you have this domain registered, you are going to get the traffic, and you could probably grow even. Repeat customers, other customers, word of mouth. Because by owning this keyword or exact match domain name, those are the advantages. The traffic is always going to be there because this calcium carbonate is never going to go out of style. 10 years from now, people are still going to call it calcium carbonate. They're not going to come up with another name for it. You see where I'm going to hear this? So you can have your website. You can have your brand name, Suresh Calcium Carbonate Corporation, whatever, .com or .in. And you can have a website, separate website. But you can have a website with just calciumcarbonate.in, calciumcarbonate.co.in. And this same concept can be transferred to many other products that you make. If you make multiple products, look for those domain names. Typically not .in and .co.in. That's your best options for India. And give it a try. You're going to thank me later for this advice if you've not done so. So all those companies in India who are making thousands and thousands of little products, what do you consider little, may not be little because you might, like I said, this is a $30 billion business in India. I mean, globally. So the advantage is, your customer base doesn't have to be India. Somebody globally will be looking for you. They can find you. And with a brand, your brand may not be that big. So they may not know who you are, but they know the domain name. So they'll come to you. So again, it's a small little exercise. You can look it up. And there's a lot of good registrars. You can search your domain name. And I would say don't wait. Once you find it, register them. And you can put up a small website. And you can let those visitors come in. All right, take care. And that was the second edition of the education series. I'm hope to bring you more in the future. Thanks. Take care.